we'll take a look at the grid here. Vernon Luff on the front row. The second invited driver here this weekend is Jason Bargwana, and Barg starts from position 8.
Started 7th or roundabout, so he's been very consistent in all the races. Not far behind Warren Luff, although I'm sure he'd want to be on the front row. Liam McAdam, former Kumo racer, and a bit of Dunlop Super 2 there inside the top 10.
Big
Back
mover.
to Aaron Seaton, though.
Yeah, he was
a great result, wasn't it?
Big mover, 29th to 12th, only beaten by Cam Hill, who went from 35th to 15th after they had contact in yesterday's opening race. Cameron Crick starting 30th. He had a pit lane penalty during the race for some contact with Ryan Yardley, the Kiwi, who went off down the main straight. He finished position 33. So 38 car field this weekend for the first weekend of 5 weekends of racing. 3 races per weekend. We've got 15 championship races, and Warren Luff will line up on the front row. Remember, he will be back with the Mobil 1 HSV Racing Squad this year, co-driving with Scotty Pye in the number 2 Commodore later in the year. He's been with Leanne Tander. He's been with Craig Lowndes at 888. He's been with a certain C. McConville back in the Lansvale racing days as well.
That's way back, 2003 or 2, I want to say. 2, yeah. Jeez, that's a long time ago. Now, one thing that we've seen a lot of action, not so much at the start, but when a lot of the cars get... There goes the handbrake. So Cito, Junior Cito, putting the handbrake on. We'll talk about some of the car control these young drivers are showing as the race goes on. There's Bargs. He's had 2 average starts. Let's see if he can get it right third time round.
He's got his last chance. 8 laps. It's a sprint. Final race of the weekend. Can Jimmy Vernon clean sweep the wins, or can Warren Luff get one for the invited drivers? Away we go. Down the Gardner straight, and Luff has nailed the jump.
Perfect launch. Oh, he moves across on Vernon quite early. They have slight contact. Car 16, Ben Grice, also got a good start. And Damon Strongman is up there as well.
Nose to tail through the sweeper the first time. It has been high-level stuff between the entire field. We've got a mixed field. Drivers from the age of 16 through to 55. Some having their first season in car racing. Some have never driven around this track, and some have never raced a Toyota 86. But they're doing a great job. Luff, Vernon, Damon Strongman, then Ben Grice, Trent Grubel. Aaron Borg's going with them. Dylan Thomas in the mix as well. This is always good. Turn 4. Luffy's covering them off.
He's down the inside white line. There goes Barg's car 19 on the outside, who's going to lose out to Aaron Seaton, who we're on board with. So, not sure what happened up the front there. I think Vernon... No, looks like Warren Luff still in the lead. Look how busy this is here. Back to second. Short should get up to third on the exit. Just try and get that slingshot off Siberia.
Seaton making ground already. He's up to 10th. Picking up spots. Aaron Borg, Trent Grubel, side by side through the hay shed. Dylan Thomas there, car 27. Highly experienced in proddy racing. On board with Aaron Seaton. He's working his way forward. Listen to those Dunlops screaming across the top of Lukey Heights, but it's Luff who leads the way. Vernon's not letting him go, and Ben Grice now's through to 3rd.
Nice move, Ben Grice. So Strongman back to 4th, Borg in 5th. There's Aaron Seaton still on the outside. Kim Jane in the Shark Bite entry, having a bit of a moment there.
Interesting prospect here, Cam. Look at this. Vernon down the inside. He gives Luff a touch. Just about sends him off the road. Ben Grice zeroes in on the car that he used to drive. He'd love nothing more than to get by it.
He's actually going to get a bit of a double slingshot here, Ben Grice, because Strongman was slow as a result of that contact. So Borg on the inside. Here comes Grice. Will he get past Vernon? He's right in on the inside. Not quite far enough up. Good save by Warren Luff, though.
Oh, Strongman off the road. Trent Grubel as well.
They really slow that down.
They've done well. Done a very good job there. It's very hard to merge back into the traffic, particularly when the grass is wet from the last few days. There's not much control to be had. Luff hangs on for a second there. When they were making contact, I thought he was half a chance to fall off the road, but he's managed to hang on. Vernon, this is where he got the lead in the last race, but Luffy's a wake-up. Grice 3rd, Aaron Borg 4th, but he's hit Grice and launched off the side of the spun car as we look at a replay of the start.
It's pretty clean, wasn't it, back there? About 4 wide. Could have us...
pile up. Turn 4.
9 cars, 10 cars in that.
Aaron Borg leaves the scene. Jake Klein's involved. John Iafala's involved. Zach Lascalpo's involved. James Wilkins. Dylan Golson, Kim Jane, Aaron Cameron.
But look at the angle of Golson and Jane. I mean, I don't know. That's just been a massive knock-on effect of that incident.
And we have a safety car out. No real surprise there, Cam.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have a red flag here, Noons, because this is going to be a long, slow recovery.
The question is...
No one can talk to each other, these drivers. They all need to communicate. No, you go back, then you go. Look, he's actually... Cameron Crick's actually pushing him forward. I think pushing Whitty forward there. So Crick probably needs to try and get reverse. And
it also depends on how much damage has been done to some of these cars. They simply... might not be able to get away with it. Now, look in the background, the fight for 4th place. Vernon squirming under brakes. Borg down the inside on Ben Grice, who turns in from a fair way out, just tags the back of him, and then everybody else has got nowhere to go. Borg launches off the side of Grice, and everyone's committed. Nose to tail, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that's
messy.
Not sure whether what happened here. Let's have a look. I just think there was contact there, but did Grice give him enough room? I'm not sure. And then got turned around. Unfortunately, everyone that's already committed to turn into the corner is already on the inside.
Yeah, so that was Liam McAdam, the white car that's just disappearing out of view. He hit Grice on the way through, but was able to keep going.
So look at the angle that Grice is turning in there. So the question is, did he give Borg enough room? He's already on the inside. He's getting a slight tap from behind. Like, could they have gone through too wide is the question, with perhaps a little bit more room given by Ben. I'm not sure. It's one of those 50-50s.
And because he's come from a wide turn-in point, he's probably not aware that Borg is that far up the inside. So that'll be one for Greg Crick, the driving standards advisor, to look into. Look at the loading on the left rear of Aaron Borg's car as he launches off Ben Grice. Luke King is the next car through here in car 22. He makes it through. That's Aaron Seaton next in the Skyfleet Hino car. He's up to position 5 through all of this.
Got a bit, and Cam Hill right in behind him. So both of those guys that have got history. So let's have a look on board with Bargs here. So he was about 3 spots back. Have a look on your right-hand side. So there's the contact. Where does Bargs go? Grass. Oh, he got a hit from behind.
He got half sent to the grass from a tap from behind, and it worked okay for him.
Yeah, he got out the other side, and look, he's trying to get on with it.
Dylan
as
Thomas.
race drivers do. And it all unfolded behind him. So this is with Aaron Seaton as well. So have a look just at the bottom of the windscreen. Oh, there it all happens.
And Aaron Seaton managed to get around all of that and sits 5th. Warren Luff leads from Jimmy Vernon, Dylan Thomas, Bargwana, and Seaton is the top 5. And there's some pretty upset drivers because there is some severely damaged race cars. Let's head down to the lane with Cam Vandernucken.
Would be busy. Well, Leanne Tander is one of the mentors to these drivers out there. Lots of cars and a couple of inexperienced drivers, and this can happen.
Yeah, that's right. There's nearly 40 cars out there and varying levels of experience. To be honest, though, they've all done such a great job all weekend. I really feel for them that the weekend has ended this way. You know, there's a few kids in that group there that they've just been, you know, moving forward each race, each session. And I don't think anyone there has particularly done anything wrong. It's just an unfortunate side effect of the healthy field that is in Toyota 86 Racing Series.
You said to me earlier you hoped you didn't have a busy weekend, and they at least saved it to last for you.
Yeah, that's right. I guess everyone will probably just be packing up and going home now, and I can handball this incident off to whoever's mentoring at the next round.
And obviously a happy household yesterday with Garth, who just seems to always get results at this track, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think this is a favourite between him and me, this track. We both love it, and it was great to see Garth and all the boys at GRM get that result yesterday. GRM have worked so hard since last year to get those cars to where they are, and it was just a nice reward for them all.
Thanks, Leanne.
Thanks.
Great to have Leanne again, part of our Toyota 86 Racing Series. She drove as an invited driver in a couple of rounds last year. This year we're going to have 2 invited drivers at each weekend of racing with a mentor off track to assist and help with all of the drivers. This is on board with Cam Hill.
No contact, no bangs or whack. So there's the GoPro. He missed all of that. So Cam Hill, if there is a restart, will be inside the top 6. And this this has been a good recovery for Cam and Aaron Seaton in terms of their championship points.
And if you didn't see the race yesterday, they had contact. Speaking of contact, Luff trying to cover off Vernon. Aaron Seaton made a little bit of contact with Cam, popped his left rear tyre. Aaron given a post-race time penalty, although he won the race on the road. So they went back to the tail of the field to start race 2 earlier today, but they've worked their way forward. This is not the way that they would have liked to do that. Love watching any race head off down towards turn 1 at Phillip Island. This is the onboard with Cam Hill. That's Zach Lascalpo alongside in car 21. Cam's the former Formula Ford National Series champ, 3rd in the points in the Toyotas last year with 5 race wins. The question is here, where do you go? Well, let's make some room down the inside.
It's busy, isn't it? It's really busy. And this is a good experience for any driver because there's so many cars out there. It's great racecraft, traffic, managing starts, managing gaps. And there was a lot going on there. This was a good little recovery by Grubel and Strongman to really pull their cars up and merge without making contact.
Now, this is the touch with Warren Luff.
He's looking. He knows he's close. He looks. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a big save. I tell you, lucky that's with an experienced former V8 supercar driver. You could see he had one correction, another wasn't enough, so that was a really impressive save. Probably a little ambitious by Jimmy Vernon, had 2 wheels on the curb, wasn't really that far up, but nice save.
Got away with it. Let's head down to Cam in the lane.
Well, we've got Glenn Seaton on the radio at the moment to Aaron Seaton. After the setback early this weekend, he's got himself up into 5th and a little bit lucky there as well.
Yeah, it was really. It's a shame to see all those cars damaged like that, especially such a great series like this. And because they're so close, those sort of things happen. But done a brilliant job today. Come back from what happened yesterday, and then come from 29th to 12th, and now up to 5th. It's a really good recovery, but still a long way to go.
As a dad and also a driving mentor, I guess we'd call it, how did you coach him through that? Oh, it sounds like you're getting some radio transmissions as well, but how did you coach him through that little setback? Because it was of his own making.
Yeah, just all you got to do is say, mate, learn from that. You're 18, you learn from that now and you move forward. And today's another day and you just need to focus on what the best result we can get out of today. And I'll tell you what, he's done a good job of doing that.
Well, he's in a good spot at the moment. Good luck.
Thank you.
Looking forward to Glenn Seaton being a part of again of the Toyota 86 Racing Series this year. He's going to fill the mentor role at Bathurst in October that Leanne Tander is working this weekend. This was the replay of the start with his young guy Aaron Seaton in that famous number 30 in the red, white and blue helmet. Trying to make up some spots nice and fast. That's the best time to make them up in this opening lap. That's Jason Bargwanna up in front.
Interestingly, just watching his technique too, Noons, he flat changes, so one of the only drivers that doesn't lift. He just dips the clutch and really pushes the gears through. So there's might only be a couple of hundredths of gear change, but it all makes a difference in a identical one-make series. There's Bargs just on the inside. Watch there, see his right leg doesn't move at all. So see, look at the momentum he's got out of that. So now he's on the outside of Bargs, high up in the revs, lets it run into the limiter rather than grabbing the next gear. And this is where Bargs was on the outside and Aaron got through. So good first lap. Using his head. So as Glenn said, all you can say is that there was a driving infringement yesterday. One of those things. He just needs to chip away and made a nice recovery on that first lap.
His recovery's got him to position 5 after the incident that has got us under safety car. There's a rub there with Luke King. The guy who sits in position 4 at the moment is the one we saw Aaron move by earlier in this replay. Jason Bargwanna sits P4 just off the podium at the moment. We might dial into car 19 if we can get a chance to have a talk to the 2000 Bathurst champ. There he is. Hello, my friend.
G'day, mate.
You're on the verge of the podium here, but boy, you were lucky to get away with that down at turn 4. It looked like you got a helping hand that spat you into the grass and you got away from that incident.
Look, the first lap of these races is a bit like a Tuesday morning on the Southeastern Freeway. There's cars going everywhere. So you find yourself a safe spot, and all of a sudden there was headlights pointing at me and all sorts of things. So I opted for the green, which seemed to be a good option to go down the inside because I figured everyone was going to be spinning to the outside. But it's good. I mean, it's a good little battle. These cars are really awesome to drive, but really hard to go fast in. So that's why they're such close racing.
Well, Bargs, you're looking all right, mate. I think you're about 4th or 5th on round points at the moment, but you're doing it the hard way, those starts. What's going on? You give them all a head start. Is that a tactic?
Look, mate, the first one I took the first bit of advice off one guy, and he said, you do this, do that, clutch, handbrake. Well, that didn't work. The second one, we went for the option, option B, and that didn't work. So I went with my own style on that one. It wasn't too bad. So, yeah, look, obviously it's a bit of a challenge trying to get off the line in something you've never driven before. I've had 3 goes at it now, and none of them are perfect, but the way that's worked out, I was just trying to get through the first lap, and we managed to survive that. We were now into the second lap, and then there was chaos. So we got through it without any damage, which is good. But I've got, look in the mirror there, I've got young Cito and Cameron Hill, and they're really standouts in this category. They really are talented young guys. It's interesting to line up on the grid next to young Aaron Seaton there after I'd shared a car with Glenn at Bathurst. And you look across, and he's such a young kid, and he's doing such a great job.
Now, as an invited driver, and let's assume that there is a restart, hopefully, do you race them fair and square? I think I know the answer to that, though. We might have lost Bargs. Just
lost Bargs there as he rolls around behind this safety car. We're getting this incident cleaned up at turn 4. We might take this opportunity, though, to head to the lane. Greg Rust with Brad Jones Racing's Tim Slade and Tim Blanchard.
It looks like this one's going to finish under safety car, which Luffy probably thinks, you know what, I'll take that. I'll take that win, although I'm not sure how we're going to go with points depending on race distance covered, Noons.
This is actually a little bit of a giggle for the weekend. Down at Brad Jones Racing, that's the hamburger cam that is now actually a hamburger of Nick Percat's Commodore. I would have thought that they've had too much on in the last week or two to be playing.
To see the funny side.
To see the funny side of supercar racing with repairing and building new cars, but they've managed to get 7 cars here this weekend across 3 categories. So we've cleaned up this incident down at turn 4, but unfortunately this will be the end of the final race of the weekend in the Toyota 86 Racing Series. The cars are being sent on down the access road, which is actually where the circuit used to run here at Phillip Island. The run to turn 4 used to be much further down than it actually is these days, just to keep them away from the safety crews and all the workers down there who are recovering those cars. So Warren Luff is going to come across the line with a checkered flag as the winner of this 3rd race, and he will create history in being the first invited driver to win a race in this series. And it's the Toyota 86 Series, the Toyota 86 car carrying number 86.
Yeah, well done, Luffy. So having a bit of a look across there, takes the win, and he earned that one. A lot of pressure from Jimmy Vernon, but Jimmy Vernon will take the round.
Yeah, he walks away with more points than anyone, 290 for his efforts. So 2 wins and a 2nd place, 15 races this year, so he's off to a perfect start. It's his first weekend in the series, so he's come out of the blocks really nicely. They'll let these cars run around to the checkered flag to at least claim the finish. Dylan Thomas will get a podium in his first run in Toyota 86s. So this is 3 drivers filling the podium in this race who've not competed in this category before. That's a great sign for the rest of the year. We're going to mix it up. There's a range of drivers who were competitive last year that will again be competitive this year. Safety cars peeling off to lead this to a controlled finish, as we saw with the supercars yesterday. They'll keep line astern, keep the order that they're in, and cross the line with Warren Luff given the victory in this 3rd and final race of the weekend.
And good to see Luffy still keeping his hand in. It all helps. Does a little bit of GT racing and does driver coaching for McElroy Racing with his Carrera Cup and GT customers. Waving to the boys there. So nice win. Well, not the way he'd want to win it, but you still take it as a race driver, and he wins a win. So well done to Luffy, Vernon Thomas, Bargs, Aaron Seaton and Cam Hill have saved their championship, I would say, with that strong showing in the last 2 races.
That really helps them out. We'll see the Toyotas next in July when we head north, Queensland and Townsville. Luff, Vernon Thomas are the podium. Unfortunately, not the way they'd like to get there. We finish under safety car. Damon Strongman, podium in the last race. He rounds out the top 10 after that run off the road. Liam McAdam next from Peter McNiven. Nicholas Carroll, Cam Walton and Trent Grubel on what was a bruising afternoon for the Toyota. Stay with